What is going on, Mr. P? Joe, whatever I may call you today. Um, this is going to be my video response to the questions you posted on the thread, so hope you enjoy. First of all, let me get this thing set up. Alright, cool. I guess I'll just get right to it. So, first question here is, to what extent was Mr. Picarillo's theater class different from other classes at Bayside? Um, I said it was extremely different, which would be a 5 according to your rating system. And some reasons I listed right here were the interpersonal relationships that we built in this class, just because it's not something you do in a normal classroom setting. It's usually teacher teaches, teach, and children learn, and then basically, then that 45-minute period is over, and then you go on and do the same thing in the next class. But the uh, difference with this class was we connected on more of a personal level rather than just learning academic stuff. I mean, we did learn lots of, acting techniques, lots of, we learned how to sing well and stuff like that. But yeah. Another thing was the connectivity of the class. We were just able to connect uh, on a more personal level yet again, just because uh, we were more involved. A lot of the activities that Mr. P had us do were, hey, what you doing? Uh, a lot of the activities that he had us do were, they're very involved, and it wasn't as academic as such. So that was always really cool, and that's what I liked about the class, just because it wasn't your everyday class. So anyway, just to go on. Question number 2. On a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being very valuable, and 1 being not valuable. Interesting rating system. I like. The note card correspondence. I gave it a 5. I said it was very valuable because, 1, you have a very special connection with the teacher. It's more than just a student-teacher relationship, just because yet again, in schools, just in general, you don't really get to you know experience the teacher in a personal manner, I guess. And the note cards gave an insight as to who Mr. P was, or who Mr. Joe Picarillo was. You know what I mean? And for the student, I felt that was really, really important. And that was cool. Just because it would it goes to show that teachers really aren't robots, and it made the class that much more enjoyable to know that we had a person for a teacher. Yeah. So moving on. 3 on a scale of 1 to 5. Uh, blah 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 blah. How valuable was the emotion recall experience? I gave it a 5 again because yes, that week was very depressing, but one, it strengthened us because as a class we shared a lot of personal information that we wouldn't have shared in anywhere else. I don't know if that's true with the other musical theater classes, but I know with our class, we shared things that you know you wouldn't share with a normal person. You know what I mean? This class had that really good bonding experience through that just through that experience, just because there was time for, like, if someone had a hard time telling a story, um, we knew they were being real about it, and we can't. There were certain people that could go up to them and hug them and console them and stuff like that, and we shared in each other's joy and in each other's pain, and we were just. It was a great bonding experience. So I thought it was really valuable. 5. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Number 4. How might the experience of musical theater have been different if the class did not write pomp and circumstances, but instead performed an already existing musical? Well, um, I would have definitely said it would have been absolutely different because the creative process in writing this musical was amazing. Just putting the script together, learning the script, doing all the rehearsals and recording of the CD, it was just an awesome experience. You know, if we were to put on a regular musical, not a regular musical, a well-known musical, you know, one that works, then well, one that we know that you know would get a good response, then it might have not have been as fulfilling. And you know, we could have probably learned it a lot faster, just because there was a script written, you know. But we went out on a limb and we said, hey, we're gonna try and do something that no one's ever done before. At least with all the stuff that we were doing. And the cool thing about it was the musical was us. It wasn't, you know, we weren't trying to copy anybody else when we were doing this musical. The note cards were our way to communicate ourselves to the people through this musical, to the people watching this musical. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's a little about that. So number 5, to what extent did Mr. P's control the direction and writing and rehearsing of pop circumstances? Blah 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 blah. I said 3 because both parties were both equally involved. You know, Yafin and Sabrina wrote the script and the note cards yet again added to the script, and there were certain things, you know, that was like the students' part, and the music writing. Um, Anna D wrote a great song, contributed to the musical, and but then P wrote lots of stuff too. Peaches wrote lots of stuff, but he excluded some songs. You know, that was an executive decision on his part. So you know, it was we couldn't have had this musical if it wasn't for you know all the parties being involved. So I said it was an in between kind of thing. So we both had equal responsibility for this musical. Um, yeah, moving on. Number 6. To what extent, if any, did Palm Circus play in how you viewed the world or continue to view the world? I said it was definitely transformative on a personal level, but it wasn't because of the message of the musical, but because of what we went through to, process. You know, the creative process of this musical and stuff like that. It was really, that's what was transformative, just because we got to learn more about people and stuff like that. Um, what's up, buddy?